Okay, so I already did this once today and I apparently talked way too long, so I'm going to try to make this a little quicker. My YouTube account or my Wi-Fi or something didn't like how long my original video was, so I'm going to try to speed through this. Hopefully you are watching this with your parents or whoever you stay with during the day. That's going to be helping you out with your work, because it is kind of important to me that we're all on the same page as far as what the expectations are and how I'm here to help, with anything that needs to be done. So I want to just go ahead and do a quick overview of the things that I'm going to be posting today to start for the next week's expectation of work. Okay, so I have a little bit of an agenda here. If we look at that really quick. Really quickly, I just want to go through a couple of points. I work really well off of a list, so I always try to do that. But number one, I just want to remind you guys that the official online learning will begin tomorrow. That's Thursday, March 19th. Up until this point, guys, we have kind of been on hold with that. The district asked us to hold off on communicating a whole lot of work expectations prior to today and tomorrow to be rolling everything out. So that's kind of what we've been doing. As you guys know, kids especially probably know I've been sending out a couple of videos here and there just to touch base and make everybody continue to feel connected and informed. And those aren't necessarily like meant for parents. I don't really care if parents watch them or whatever, but I will always make sure I let you guys know if there's information in a video that I want to share with you guys that I really like. Not that I want to share, just more so that I really want to make sure that you guys are aware of. So, as parents. At any rate, though, office hours will begin tomorrow, and they will run Monday through Friday. I'm going to be running my office hours from 9 to 10 a.m. and 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock p.m. Those 2 hours will be a time when I'm at my computer, so if you want to have a conversation with me over email, like in real time, where we're able to respond to each other right away, that would be a good time to try to get me with that. Otherwise, send me emails whenever you want to, and when I'm doing my office hours and when I am doing my schoolwork during the day, which I usually will do between the hours of 9 and 3, between those office hours, I will also be checking in with some things there. I've kept you guys updated as far as read alouds are concerned. Again, just a reminder about that bell icon there, this guy here. If for some reason you're having trouble hearing those read alouds, that is a good place to check first, because that seems to fix it for people. And other than that, just keep watching, guys, because I'm going to be doing a few different books just to put them out there, just for enjoyment factor, not necessarily a requirement or anything. Also, I'm going to continue to send updates through Schoology. Most of the updates are going to be coming through reading, but then like today, I posted some things into writing, because that's where the bulk of the work we're doing for my class is going to be, finishing up those argument papers. Let's go ahead real quick and look at the online assignments for this next week. I would suggest, guys, too, if you haven't sat down with your parents yet and you haven't actually, oh, no, my cat's scratching at the door. Excuse him, please. If you haven't actually, though, set a schedule for yourself, I would suggest doing that. It's going to be better for you if you stay in a routine of some sort. So, I know it's going to be really tempting to try to stay up till like 4 in the morning playing video games and then get up at noon, but it really is going to help you be more successful if you can kind of get some hours that you think you'll be working on schoolwork, and then, try to get yourself outdoors and things like that. This, though, is the daily slide that I've updated for the next week. This week of work will go between March 19th and the 27th. There's lots of information on Schoology that I'm going to look at with you right now, and those 3 major requirements are listed there. Down at the bottom, you've also got my office hours. So let's look at Schoology here. So if I go into here, I'm going to go to my first block. If you go into the writing section, and I have copied this to all courses, so it's there for everybody I teach. But if you go into here, you'll see the online course materials down there at the bottom, and you'll notice that there's also a folder specifically for this week's worth of work. So between March 19th and the 27th, you have certain requirements for your ELA class with Mrs. Walsh. There is a little sheet here right at the beginning that lays out those 3 things: reading log, Lexia minutes, and argument essay completion step sheet. So those are the 3 things you're going to be responsible for over the next 7 school days prior to spring break. Reading log and Lexia run like they normally do. Argument writing completion steps are going to be here in this folder as well. If you click on that, checking this out here, you can tell we've got a couple of documents here. That's what those icons mean. We have, oops, sorry about that. We have a folder with some more stuff in it that I'll show you in a minute, and then we have 2 assignments down here. If you ever see these little yellow pencils in Schoology, that means something needs to be submitted back to it. That's a little tip for you parents and kids. If you see that, you know you've got to do something for it, so make sure you do, okay? The step sheet is right here. It walks you through the process of finishing that essay, going through the rubric to self-assess yourself, then picking at least 3 areas of focus from the editing and revising stations, and then making sure that you report back about your editing, revising, and you submit that final paper. This note down here, there will be more information coming about that next week. My plan is right now to send out some way, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but you guys will be able to sign up for 15-minute writing conferences with me, and we'll do those right on your Google Doc, where we both are signed into your Google Doc at the same time, working on making your writing better. So stay tuned for that after the weekend. We'll get people signed up for that. But in the meantime, you need to be focused on at least getting that essay completed and assessing yourself. When you go into those editing and revising stations, which actually are in this folder here, you can see all the different topics. We've got bibliography, mechanics, we've got grammar, intro, transitions, organization. We've got all these different things here. So you're going to pick at least 3 of those, and you're going to go through the process of making your paper better, because afterwards you will have to submit this item as well, where you will tell me which stations you selected and the work that you actually did on your writing to make it better. So that's where everything is. This last thing here is just where you will submit your final paper, but everything here is laid out exactly on this list of what needs to be done in what order for completion of your argument essay. Like I said, guys, I want to go back here. Yeah, I mentioned the next week conferences. That'll be coming out after the weekend. And guys, just to remind you, keep in touch with me. I am very, very, like I've told you guys, and I want to continue to reassure you, I am super flexible with everything that we're doing right now. I'm going to be erring on the side of giving people the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to be trying to communicate as much as I possibly can. And I ask the same of you guys. If you've got questions or concerns, just reach out to me. Parents, kids, whoever. I want to help make this an easier transition for all of us. So at any rate, though, if you've got any questions, shoot them my way. Stay tuned, and I'm sure I'll be sending out some more updates while we get into this first step of our online learning. Thanks, guys, for your patience, understanding, and support. I love you guys. Goodbye. Mwah.